Okay, now let's take the case of an array type mismatch exception that happens in case of when you we are trying to operate with arrays, and we are coming across with the mistake of inserting more than one candidate data type which array does not allow. For example, if an array is using only integers, we cannot use a string along with the array combinations, means integer combinations. So in that case, the exception should throw an error message. For example, now let's take the case of a string array with having 5 elements at most possible, range is 5. Now we are creating another object by means of which we are intended to create an array and a sequence of array elements, and we are intended to put it inside this array with the help of this obj. So with the help of the obj, the incremental value of the array will be going on increasing one by one. Now here we are intended not to increase here, but we are intended to put a value that is different from the different array type. That means if the array was having integer here, then obj will try to intend to put a data type that is different from being an integer. It could be a character, alphabet, or anything of that sort. If array was initially having characters, then obj will be intended to put an integer or something like that. So it should be opposing the kind of data entry, that's all, so that the exception can catch up easily at the runtime environment. Now let us take the case of the for loop. Now for loop exactly displays the exact of the numbers or the string values or whatever it is been displayed initially. Now see, now what the thing that happens is that now we are intended to put for the first 4 elements as alphabet quantities. The 5th element is purposely put as a decimal quantity, here integer quantity, which is against the definition of being an elements of an array. So element of an array should be identical. That is the definition of being an array. So now this character and letter combination is integer combination is never acceptable inside an array. So here the index out of range will be bound to have an exception display in the runtime environment. Now let us see that's what has been happening here. See, we can see that set of the default error message that comes up from the compiler. Now in case if we are changing up this 45 into a number, it's just an alphabet itself. Now in this case, the compiler will not be throwing any more error messages because all the data types are of the same nature. So it will come up with no error message. So we see exactly seeing all the answers as accurately being given, and exception class has nothing to do with the array type mismatch over here because all the data types are of the same nature.